is Wendy Gray, and I am an invited guest of Barry Lenore. Mr. Lenore and my mother have been friends for a long time, and he's known me since I was a little girl, and I'm not a little girl anymore, but I am a former educator, and upon leaving the school system, I formed a nonprofit organization, Sisters, which is also along the lines of the other two young ladies over here. Sisters is an acronym for Sisters Integrating, Staying Together, Always Surviving. And I was born and raised in D.C., so I know that because you're in D.C. or the surrounding areas that you don't have to succumb to what's going on around you. You don't have to be a teenage mother. You don't have to drop out of school. You can be who God has created you to be without being pressured by society. So it was important to me to start that organization, and without any money. My husband and I, we did not have any grants. We got small mini grants. But when God calls you to do something, you have to do it, and he will provide the need. I know that personally. Right now, I am a homemaker of 2 small children, so I have had to put the nonprofit on hold for a second. But right now, I do offer my services, and I am extending my services to you all. If any of you are, if you have new programs and you don't really know how to get it started or how to get it implemented, how to form business relationships or community partnerships, if you need assistance with grant writing, fundraising, event planning, whatever, I do it all because I had to do it with my nonprofit, so I know what it's like to struggle, and so I've done it and I have the experience. So again, if any of you are in need of a little bit of help, feel free to give me a call.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Thaddeus Steele, and I am the CEO and the founder of an organization called Power Place, Inc. Power Place, Inc. is an organization, is an empowerment organization that has a multiple or a plethora of things that are part of our vision and our purpose and our scope. We're, first of all, a dual diagnosed residential treatment facility, one of the most unique of its kind in the nation, because there are very few dual diagnosis facilities, period, and even fewer when it comes to African Americans who are operating at that level of treatment. We are a treatment facility. We have a 15-bed treatment facility that has merged the clinical and the spiritual approach or paradigm to treatment, which really makes us even more unique. Our target audience in terms of our work is certainly one of our target audiences is substance abusers. In addition to that, we work with the mentally ill and help to house and to establish and give them a sense of life and hope and a scope that allows them to live beyond their states of mental illness. We have as another target audience inmates who are in the criminal justice system. We do a tremendous amount of work with the public defender's office to help them build cases and to represent their clients and to try to reduce the number of African Americans that are landing in jail. Our organization is becoming an alternative site for placement for people who are in the criminal justice system. In fact, just today, I have to go pick someone up from the jail that can only get out of jail if I go get him, because of the kind of relationship that we've established with the court system. Even his attorney at this point can't get him out of jail. We also work with people who are suffering with HIV and AIDS, which is still a critical part of a challenge in the African American community, and particularly as it relates to assisting them with treatment and housing and being able to live with their diseases. One of our other target audiences is the homeless, which Mr. Lanier tends to reference us more as an organization working for the homeless, but our scope is far broader than just the homeless. Another target audience, which is very unique for our community, and we need to see more people sensitive to it, are Afrocentric people who are refugees. We work to help settle refugees in this country and to establish them so that they can become a part of the infrastructure like other people who come from other nations that walk right into America and flow right into the mainstream, because they're the types of organizations that network them in. And we don't have, to my knowledge, very many refugee centers or organizations that are Afrocentric in nature. We've been successful in establishing some refugees here and getting their green cards and getting them into college and getting them into homes and establishing their livelihoods here. And lastly, one of the other scopes of our work, because so many of our clients have children who are falling behind in schools, we have, as a component of our empowerment work, certainly a literacy program. And the unique aspect of this program is that we don't work just to provide tutorial assistance to the educationally challenged child, but we do it in conjunction with working with the educationally challenged parent. And so they study together, which makes the learning a lot more fun, and parents are now in a better position, are able to do a better job of assisting their children with homework and being a part of that learning process, because so much of the educational development today has advanced beyond what they're able to do. So as we tutor the child, we also tutor the parents and help them to become more astute in how to deal with the modern educational techniques. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Benita Nicholson, and I am I don't know how to put it because I haven't started anything other than provide Mr. Lanier with some paperwork. At Promise is going to be an educational service and advocacy program for students in the elementary school, middle school, junior high school, and adults, because I believe that our children are not at risk, but they are at promise. Thank you very much for inviting me.
I am Dorothy Jenkins, president of the Children's Education Foundation, Incorporated. I want to first thank Dr. Cornelius and Mr. Lenore, the United Black Fund under Mrs. Rolock, and Dr. Calvin Rolock. I've been affiliated with them in their great work for the District of Columbia for over 35 years. And in 1989, because of what my husband and I saw as a real need in the district, and still, you don't know how much you are needed now, because the players are different. The criteria is different. And I'm just so happy to be a part of this movement, which has prevailed over the years. Our foundation decided, it was my husband's, Dr. Jenkins's, idea, continuously nurturing so that they would have the opportunity to succeed. It has been a long journey, and the journey still continues. Out of 14 children, we saved 8, and 4 are now in college. I go back to the United Black Fund, who believed in this small foundation. We were all volunteers in our heyday. Now that we're on the other end of the spectrum, we still have a commitment to do what we want to do to help our own. Since that time, we have not been able to get as much funding as we did in the beginning years, but United Black Fund has been a real supporter of us. We now have the 4 children in college, and we now have adopted Lucky School, which is in our community, and we give scholarships. Many of our board members are not with us now, but my husband and I felt that it was important to keep the dream alive. To keep the dream alive. And no matter what your contribution is, the young lady here who getting started, don't give up. Don't give up.